Hello, I'm Vicky and I'm here at the head office of one of the UK's largest providers of ICT equipment to the educational market. I'll be meeting John Sutton, who is going to be showing us some of the wide range of products and telling us about the huge benefits they can bring to your learning environment. Now I'm here with John Sutton, who's going to tell us all about the Genee Vision 6100 visualiser. Hi John. Now we have a laptop. Yeah. We have here a projector.
Yeah.
And this, to me, it looks a little bit like a sort of a portable overhead projector. Is that what it does?
It's one of the functions that it has, yes, but it does a lot more things as well. I'll open it up now, so I'll raise this arm up and turn that round, and that is a camera inside there. And then on the side we have additional lighting, which I can control from a button here and switch that on and off like so.
Now, how easy is a kit like this to move around a classroom or a school?
It's very easy because there's only a few connections that you've got to worry about. There's one connection going to my projector, onto my whiteboard or onto my screen. And then I've got another connection here which is going to my laptop, so I can actually feed the laptop through as well. And then I've got a USB connection so I can start capturing images and send those across to my laptop or PC.
Now, you were a teacher for 20 years,
yes.
So you know what works in a classroom.
Indeed, yeah.
What is it about this that you think is so unique?
The first thing is, I think, is the quality of the image that you're going to get, but also the simplicity and ease of use, because as a teacher I want something that's going to be quick and easy for me to use and it's effective, and that's certainly what this does in a classroom. Let me give you an example of this. If I want to share a piece of work that a child has just done for me, I can simply place it underneath here and I can use the zoom button here to zoom in and out on that piece of work, and there is that work instantly displayed for me there on the screen for everybody in the class to see.
It's remarkably sharp, isn't it?
It is. It self-focuses, and it also adjusts itself for light as well. So as you saw, all I had to do was literally just place it underneath and it does everything else for me. So it's really easy to use. And
you said there that it had the focus, so you can do what you want with it, but actually if you just stuck something underneath, it would automatically just bring it up that sharp.
Yeah, it just exactly like we've just done there, just place it underneath, away you go. It doesn't have to be writing, of course, it could be an object of some kind. So if I'm teaching science and I'm using a meter like this, I could zoom in on that meter so that everybody could see what's happening on there. And I don't even have to hold it there. I've got another button here that says freeze, and I can freeze that and then take the object away. So that is now frozen on there. If we show that with the writing again, so if we press freeze, it releases that function. Let's put the writing back on here. So that's a piece of students' work. We want to talk about that, press the freeze button and take the work away, and the image is just held up on the screen there.
And
like so.
I mean, how many images could you keep and keep working through?
You can actually save up to 7 images in its memory using the save button, save feature, and then you press the recall button to actually recall those images. So it'll save up to 7 in its memory at one time.
Now we're very close to it here.
Yeah.
Is this as close? You have to work with it on this level with the buttons here?
No, there's a remote control which lives in the side here. So I just take that out, and the remote control has all the same buttons as we've got on the unit here. So I can walk away from the unit and then just control everything from here if I wish to. And then if I've got a large item which I'm projecting underneath there, so I'll zoom that up and I want to scroll down the page, for instance, on that, then I can press the scroll button using the remote control or from the unit itself, and you can see that's automatically scrolling down the page.
So you could be at the back of the classroom?
Yes.
And actually working the whole thing?
I could be, yes, just using the remote control, zooming in and out, scrolling up and down, and using any of the features just from the remote control.
Now, we've done paper and print, and we've had a slight look at that, but so you can use 3D objects as well?
Yes, you could place something like an object like this. Maybe we've been out on an investigation, we found some fossils, for instance. Let's place one of these underneath. We could zoom up and we could have a really close-up look at that, like so, and you can see all the time you get this beautiful clear image, and we can really focus in and see everything in fine detail. Obviously in a class normally, if I just held that up, nobody would be able to see it in the classroom, but placing it underneath the visualiser, everybody can now see what we're talking about.
And it's interesting you saying that, because it's not just for print, is it? There must be a lot of subject matter that can be covered using this.
Oh, indeed, it goes across all subjects. I could give you examples for, I think, every subject that's taught in the curriculum. English, we could display text. History, we could display photographs. Geography, we could display maps, and so on and so forth. We've got a feature here called split screen, and I'll show you how that works. if I place underneath the visualiser here an example of a marking grid that we might use in the classroom. So if I zoom out, so we've got that held on the left-hand side of the screen, like so. And then if I press the split button, what will happen now is it will save that on the left-hand side of the screen. So press split there, and you can see it's grabbed that image, and that is now displayed permanently.
So that will stay there, and then you can put other items, move other things.
So on that grid we've got criteria, marking grid, and next to that I might place some students' work like this, and then we could have a look at that grid and we could say, right, let's see where we think that piece of work fits into that grid, and that's what we might call an assessment for learning type activity.
Now you say this is paper, but if you were, say, wanting to work with something bigger, how can this be used in the classroom?
Right, we could actually turn the head as well if we wish to. So if we can't fit what we need underneath it there, let's take that split screen off. We could also angle it and move the head round so that we're actually looking at something else.
Right, so you could, what type of things could you
So we could project it across the classroom. We could look at, say, a student who's working on a machine. Maybe they're showing you how to thread up a sewing machine in a textile technology lesson. Or it could be in a science lab where we were working on the lab there because we don't want to work with chemicals underneath here or liquids. Or it could be in a technology situation where I'm demonstrating a process such as soldering, so I want to do it
So
on
really,
the bench.
it could be massive. I mean, you could be using anything.
Yeah.
And it would still be able to
be on there. I could even
projected.
use it in a gym or a PE hall where I throw it around and use it like a normal video camera and actually video a student performing some kind of
that would
action.
be wonderful. So you could actually then go back and look at how their body shape was and how they actually carry out moves. So it really is that big.
Oh yes, you can project over a huge distance. It actually goes up to 220 times zoom. It'll go up to 22 optical, and then it turns digital and goes up to 220. So it'll throw over a very big distance if you want it